This is SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days, and joining us today from Sherman, Texas, is the Austin College men's basketball team head coach Rodney Wecker and senior guard Kevin Graham. And gentlemen, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today to discuss the upcoming season.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Coach, let me start with you and simply, first of all, just share with me your expectations and goals for the team going into 14-15.
We have high expectations. We got a lot of returners. We're very young in our squad per se. Besides the 5 seniors that we have, we ended up starting 4 freshmen down the stretch last year, and they're returning as sophomores. And we brought in a good nucleus of kids that are contributing to the program and practice-wise and trying to get in the rotation and pushing the upperclassmen to be the very best they can. Our goals are this year is to, of course, qualify for the conference tournament and, try for that #1 seed. That would be an ultimate goal to get to Dallas, who's hosting the conference tournament this year. So we have to get in the top 5 to qualify for the conference tournament. Even though there's 6 that are going to the conference tournament, and Dallas has an automatic bid into the tournament already, which is something that is new to our conference. Also, University of Dallas has qualified or received a couple votes for the top 25. The rankings haven't come out into our conference, which means our conference bodes well throughout the nation. So we're really excited about that.
And Coach, just take me through preseason so far. You guys open up next weekend against Sul Ross State at home in the Bob Mason Classic. But what have you seen from this team throughout the preseason? What are some things you've seen that you've really enjoyed so far?
Well, #1, their work ethic is extremely going well. They're pushing each other. We're a team that gets up and down in transition, but also puts pressure on the basketball. So in practice, they're working hard. They're working together. And we're just trying to iron out some continuity things, who works well together on the floor and what combinations are going to be effective for us throughout the year.
Kevin, turning to you, just simply share with me the excitement level. As I said, you guys will open up next weekend against Sul Ross. What's just the excitement level among the team, among yourself, among the coaches, just to start a new season here?
Right. Well, usually we start our season on the 15th, which is the week coming up. But this year, we're not. So I can see a lot of our guys very anxious. We do have a exhibition game against Sam Houston State this Friday at noon. So I think we're all excited to see how we will pan out as a team against higher level competition. And for me personally, especially being a senior, I mean, I've been ready since our last game last year. Like, this is what we love. This is what I love. This is what coaches love. So I think we're just ready for the season to come around and stop practicing so much.
Kevin, let me stick with you. You're on the floor with your teammates day in and day out. You've been working hard with them. What have you seen from this team throughout the preseason from your perspective on the floor with them?
We're all competitors. Everybody wants to bring the best out of each individual. We work well as a team. We move the ball around, and throughout some spurts of practice, I'm very impressed with our offense. There are times in practice where I don't even think we miss more than 2 or 3 shots in the span of 5 or 6 minutes when we're scrimmaging. So we have guys who can score the ball, so I think that's pretty impressive.
Coach Wecker, I'm going to come back over to you. You have 5 seniors on this team, including Kevin. Just share with us how important they're going to be, how vital they're going to be to the team's success, especially from a leadership standpoint.
Well, 3 of the seniors are 4-year players in the program. So starting with Kevin and Alvin Michael and Aaron Anwari. So it's nice to have that leadership at the top of our program. Harry Hamden Smith, who injured himself in the second game of last season, is a senior. He still has 2 years of eligibility left, but we classify him as a senior. He's been part of the program for 4 years. This is his 4th year, but you know, he's only played 2 years of that. And then Roman Manikowski was a transfer last year, who's back for his senior year. So those 5 seniors, they're giving great effort, great heart. You know, they're encouraging our younger classmen, and they just lead by example, and they're doing an outstanding job.
Kevin, I'll come back to you. Just hearing that from your coach, just explain to me what it means to you, how important it is for to you to be a leader on this team.
It's extremely important because I know the younger guys are watching the way we act, the way we interact with each other, and especially with coach. And I feel like as a leader, we should show them how to carry themselves on and off the court, social life, academics, just to take care of certain things that may not necessarily pertain to just basketball. So, I mean, any type of team or sport, you have that brotherhood aspect of it. So I kind of feel like we're the big brothers of the team. So, you know, as a little brother, they look up to us, and if we leave a positive trail, hopefully they'll follow those steps.
This is SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days here with the Austin College Kangaroos. Head coach Rodney Wecker and senior guard Kevin Graham. Rodney, Coach Wecker, we're going to come back to you. Let's break down the team a little bit. Let's start with with your guards and your backcourt. What have you seen from that group, and who do you think is going to emerge going into the regular season?
Well, in the perimeter aspect of it, we're very deep. We probably have 6 perimeter players that can play multiple positions, 1, 2, or 3. There are a lot of combo guards out there that can overlap, and which bodes well for us because you know, if a player in our program isn't you know, in a particular game isn't playing up to what they need to, or the combinations out there on the floor, or the way we're defending and need some rest, we can rotate some guys in. So we're really pleased with that in our depth from the perimeter standpoint. We also have some guys that are kind of unique who can come in and sub in for certain players, whether it's a defensive possession or an offensive possession that we need depending on the situation in the game. So we've been really pleased with the development of our players on the perimeter.
And let's move into the front court, Coach, and your post players, and what have you seen from that group?
Well, you know, it starts with Alvin Michael in the middle. I mean, he's a returning senior, and he's improved throughout these years. And just like Kevin, we're expecting high expectations from him and manning the inside there. And then we have some guys that, you know, Austin Freet was an all-conference player last year. And then our front line players, we're really deep in our front line as well. We have some transfers, we have some returning players that, and we have some newcomers that are going to come in and help us across the front line there. So, you know, we're a very strong, balanced team on the perimeter and in the inside. So I think you'll see some good things from the Austin College Kangaroos this year.
Kevin, back to you. Just share with me some goals, maybe some goals you've set for yourself in the upcoming year, and maybe some team goals that you guys have sat down and discussed for the year.
Okay, I'll just start off with the team goals. I feel like as a team, we want to win conference, and then we want to win the conference tournament. We just feel like that's something that we can be able to do, that we should be able to do, and we put in the hard work, and I feel like we have the right pieces, and we're deep enough to get that job done. As far as individual goals, I just want to be a facilitator for our team, score when I need to, pass when I need to, and I want to lock up the other team's best guard the best I can. So those are pretty my individual goals for myself.
Coach Wecker, back to you. 7 newcomers we're counting on the team, 4 freshmen and 3 transfers. Also, a couple injured players who will be returning, as you've mentioned a couple times throughout the interviews. But with those 7 newcomers especially, what have you seen from that group? What have they brought to practice throughout the preseason, and how are they going to impact this team during the regular season?
Very competitive. I mean, they're trying to put themselves in position so they can obtain some playing time, which is pushing the upperclassmen and the returning players that we have in our program. So they give great effort each and every day. Typical first-year players, sometimes they look great in practice one day and the next day they look like first-year players. So, even transfers have a little bit of, I want to say, just a transition period from the academic rigors here at Austin College and then also on the court. So they're just trying to balance themselves out individually from time management standpoint. And then also when they get on the court, they want to compete and how they can help the team. And it's not about me, it's about we and us trying to formulate this team so we can be very successful this season.
We'll get you both out on this final question. Kevin, let's start with you. For the Austin College Roos to reach its goals and expectations in 2014-15, what are going to be some of the keys to success?
The main key is just to keep playing as a team. We can't take it upon ourselves as an individual to try and win the game. We have to realize that the game is 40 minutes and you can't score all the points in just one half there's no such thing, as Coach says, there's no such thing as a 100-point bucket. Like, you have to work each possession, and we really have to take care of the ball and understand that each possession counts for to be at the win column at the end of the game. And I feel like if we just keep those aspects in mind, that we'll be just fine this year.
Coach, I know it's going to be tough to follow that up, but what are some of the keys to success from your perspective?
Balanced play amongst our team. It's going to be a team effort, just like Kevin mentioned. We're going to have to share the basketball, but we're going to have to get some stops. I think from last year, we need to improve our rebounding aspect of it, and we've been working hard on that. So giving us more possessions, second chance opportunities. So you'll see the Kangaroos really value that basketball and giving us opportunities to score it, but also get some stops on the defensive end. So we're going to be pushing and defending. So teams are going to have to prepare for us in a lot of different ways. So I'm really pleased with the development with our team and how we're gonna play this year.
This has been the SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days here with the Austin College Kangaroos, head coach Rodney Wecker and senior guard Kevin Graham. And gentlemen, we appreciate your time today to take the time out and join us and discuss the upcoming season. And we wish you and the rest of the team good luck in the upcoming year.
Thank you.
Thank you.